Hello and welcome to 100-fold piano lessons. This beginner's lessons comprises 12 sections. As a beginner, you will learn everything from scratch how to play piano or keyboard. Let's start off today with lesson number 1, which is the piano key names. So we're going to start off by talking about the piano keyboard layout. If you look at the keys here, you can see that the black keys are arranged in groups of 2s and 3s all up the piano. They alternate 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and so on. In order to learn the names of the keys, we actually only need to learn the names of the white keys. The easiest way to do that is by comparing them to the black keys. So, what we are going to do is start off with one of these groups of black keys. 2 black keys with the white keys. The 2 black keys have 1 key sandwiched between the 2 blacks and 2 white keys that lay on the sides. Here it is on the piano. And this note here that I'm thinking of right now is the note D. So a good way to remember that this is D is to think about a doghouse. And these are the 2 walls of the doghouse. And the notes that are in between is the note D. And D is for dog. So here we have D for dog on the note in between 2 black keys. So we can go ahead and write that on our blank piano chart. And then we can look at the notes on either side of D. So let's look at the one on the left of D. And I guess the first thing that I should tell you before we get too far is that in music, we always use letters for the names of the keys and music alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We use numbers for our fingers and use the first 7 letters of the alphabet in music. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So when we are talking about these keys, we are always going to use one of those letters, and we don't use the whole alphabet. So right now, we are going to talk about C, the key which is on the left-hand side of D. And if you think about the alphabet, and you just go down as far as D, A, B, C, D. You notice just before I got to D, what letter did I say? Right, C. So this note is C. And so we can go ahead and label that on our blank keyboard card. So we have C and we have D. In keeping with the order of the alphabet, on the piano keys, we have C and then D, and then we have, yes, that's right, E. The next key that we have is E. So we have C, D, and E as our 3 piano keys in the 3 key groups of the 2 black keys. So I'm just going to label that on my piano key cutout. So we have C, D, and E. All right. Now we are going to talk about a group of 3 black keys. So here I have a cutout as well as 3 black keys, and we are going to talk about the keys that are in between the 2 black keys. First, because then we are going to think about them as a group, and so the first one that we'll think about is the one G and A. Let's call it People House. That's right. Just on the left hand side of two middle ones. So the inside two keys actually are G and A. So here we have G and A, and I will show you them here on the piano, and I'll play them for you. G, A. So if we like to think of this as a dog house, then we can think of this as a people house. So in the people house, there are some people, and I like to think of grandmother and aunt, and it's G and A. So G, grandmother, and A, aunt. Both are inside the people house. So the dog is in the dog house, and grandmother and auntie are in the people's house. So G and A are here on the white keys inside the people house. Now we know that the piano keys are using letters, and we know that the B, A, B, C, B, back door alphabet has an order. So I bet you could figure out which note will be here, the one that comes immediately after A, and that is B. B for back door. If you think about the alphabet, the musical alphabet, you will know that the note that comes after A in the alphabet is a letter B. So here is B on the piano, and here is B on my chart. So now I have B, A, G. F, the last one, front door. F for front door. So here we have the 3 black notes and the 4 white keys around it. Now I'm going to go ahead and label this. So what we do, I start with on the outside top. So we can think about people house with grandmother, auntie inside, and maybe we can think about these other keys as the doors that lead into the house. And so my auntie always likes to come in the back door, and grandma is very proper, and grandma always like to use the front door. So here we have F, front door, for G, grandma, A, auntie, for B, back door. Now let's do some quiz.